Hello guys, welcome back in another theory video. In today's theory, we will discuss the chance of a war that could happen between Mondstadt and Khaenriah. But before we go into details, please consider subscribing to the channel for more lore and theory videos. According to Mona, Kaeya will have a major decision to make.
He believes he has made a clean break with his past, but one day fate will catch up with him. When it does, he will have a major decision to make.
According to Kaeya's vision story, Kaeya is caught between the opposing demands of loyalty and duty, and faced with an impossible choice between truth and happiness. All of this is because of that decision that Mona mentioned. That decision is which side should he support if Mondstadt and Khaenriah went to war. To whom should he offer his assistance, his birth father, who had ruthlessly abandoned him, or his adoptive father, who had loved him and raised him? To this day, Kaeya is still indecisive and is agonized over these impossible questions. I wonder what would his final decision be. Now moving on to his brother Diluc, Dainsleif said something very uncanny about him.
But if the disaster from 5 centuries ago were to happen again, if he were to face the same evil that I once did, would he still hold fast to his resolve? This too makes me most curious indeed.
Is Dainsleif hinting that another round of cataclysm will happen again in Mondstadt? Or maybe he's telling us that Khaenriah is planning a war against the land of freedom. In Mondstadt, there's a ticking bomb, and that's none other than Albedo, Rhinedottir's greatest creation. Rhinedottir created monsters like Durin and the Rift Hounds, who are known for their corruptive power. Corruption is a poisonous and a very deadly power that can even harm the likes of Valen and Barbados. Albedo even warned us that he might lose control of himself and go berserk.
If one day I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything, can I rely on you to stop me?
There's another threat in Mondstadt, and that's Albedo's brother, Durin, the Shadow Dragon. Although he's killed by Valen and Barbados 500 years ago, his heart is still beating to this day. Since his heart is still beating, then there's a very big chance that he will wake up one day and attack Mondstadt again. There's one more threat that's still lurking around in Mondstadt. Primordial Albedo. The difference between the two is the star on the neck. Primordial Albedo is the abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project. We've seen him create another replica of Albedo, which later on transformed into a giant mutant fellflower. And who knows what he's gonna do next. He could create a big army of evil Albedos and send them to attack Mondstadt. Mondstadt is in a weakened state right now, which would be the perfect opportunity for the Abyss Order and Khaenriah to attack. Because first of all, Varka and the Elite Knights are far away from the nation, and they have taken the horses with them. Second, Andreas, one of the 4 winds, is currently weaker than his prime. And most importantly, the animal Archon lost his Gnosis, therefore he lost a massive portion of power. Valen may be a great option for Mondstadt's defense against the enemies, but he'll get poisoned again by the power of corruption, and he'll be manipulated again by the Abyss Order. So maybe this is when Dainsleif's words come into play, and we see Diluc, alongside other strong knights like Jean and Eula, fight for Mondstadt's sake. But what about Kaeya? Would Kaeya side with Mondstadt and prove his worth to Diluc, that he's not working for Khaenriah anymore? Or would he side with Khaenriah as its last hope, and the descendant of the Abyss Order founder?